Hello everyone, we are back with the very first lecture on Constitution of India, and in this lecture we'll discuss the introduction and preamble of Indian Constitution, and this is presented by Meenu Chauhan. So let's start with the introduction to Constitution. So Constitution is a basic and fundamental document. So why it is a basic and fundamental document? Because all the acts and laws that are made in our country shall be in consonance with the Constitution, which means that no provision that is provided in any law or act shall go against any provision that is provided under Constitution. Okay, so it's basically like the sun, and all other acts and laws, they are like the other planets that revolve around the sun. So all these acts and laws, they derive power from the Constitution. Constitution is the source, and all the other acts and laws, they are the outcome of that source, right? Moreover, it also outlines the governmental structure. It also tells you the kind of government we have. So we have a republican democratic government. It also allocates powers and duties of the government, establishes basic decision procedure, and places limitation upon governmental activities. It also prescribes the limits within which our government shall work, right? So it is the fundamental organic law by which a state or nation is governed, right? So now let's talk about preamble, its definition and concept. So guys, in the Oxford English Dictionary, the word preamble means the preliminary statement or the introductory paragraph of a text. All right, and when it comes to the preamble of any act or statute, it is an introductory part of that particular act, which is explanatory and introductory, right? And as far as the preamble of our constitution is concerned, the Honorable Supreme Court has defined preamble in the leading case of Dhananjay Das versus District Magistrate AIR 1982, and the Honorable Supreme Court declared that 1. The preamble is the objective behind the establishment of our constitution. Second, it is the introductory paragraph of the Constitution of India. Third, it sets out the intentions of the makers of the constitution, that why they wanted to have a constitution of our own. And last, it also prescribes the ideals and aspirations that we want to achieve or wanted to achieve through our Constitution of India. All right, and what are those ideals and aspirations that we'll discuss in the upcoming slides. Now we'll discuss whether preamble is a part of Indian Constitution or not. So the answer to this question is that preamble is very well a part of our constitution. But why did this question even arise? It's because the preamble was not originally there in the draft of our constitution. It was later on adopted by the Constituent Assembly. But as it was adopted with the same procedure our constitution was adopted, we can easily say that yes, preamble is a valid part of our constitution. But why there was a need of putting preamble in our constitution? It's because the makers of the constitution wanted to have a text to reflect the philosophy behind the establishment of our constitution, which is why they adopted the text called preamble into the draft of our constitution. And finally, in the landmark case of Keshwananda Bharti, it was held that preamble is a part of our constitution. Now we'll see whether it is an essential part of the constitution or not. Let me tell you that preamble is a valid part of our constitution, but it is not an essential part of the constitution. Why it is not the essential part of the constitution? Because it cannot override any specific provision of the constitution, which means that no part of our preamble is above any provision that is provided in the constitution. Okay, neither it is justiciable, which means that you cannot move to the court to enforce any part of the preamble, right? Which is why it is not an essential part, because it does not confer or limit any powers. we have just discussed the reasons of putting preamble into the draft of our constitution. Now let's see the uses and importance of preamble. So the first use is in case of ambiguity. Here ambiguity means having more than one interpretation of something. For example, if there is a provision in our constitution that has more than one interpretation, in that case the one that would be in consonance of the ideals of our preamble, that would be accepted, okay, that would be taken, which means that no interpretation could be accepted if it is against the ideals of our preamble, right? Second is it declares the type of polity of government we have. So our preamble also declares the type of polity of government we have. So the preamble says that we have republican democratic form of government, which means that we do not follow any monarchical system, and it's the people of India who elect their own leaders, right? Third is it declares the source of constitution. Our preamble also declares the source of our constitution. So guys, if you read the preamble, the opening line says we the people of India, and the last line says do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution. So guys, it's the people of India who have given this constitution to this country, which is why we say that it's the people of India who are sovereign in our country, right? Like I told you before that our preamble does contain ideals and aspirations that we want to achieve. Now let's see what are those ideals and aspirations. So our preamble says we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. So the people of India desires to have our country to be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. These are 5 ideals of our constitution, okay, and the words socialist and secular were amended by the 42nd Amendment Act in 1976, which is also called a mini constitution because a lot of amendments were made through this Amendment Act, right? So these are 5 ideals that we wish to achieve, okay. Now it says and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. These are 4 aspirations that are the means to achieve these 5 ideals: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, okay. Now we'll see the meaning of these ideals. First is sovereign. Sovereign means supreme. We want our country to be supreme, which means we do not want our country to be in control of any external or internal agencies, right? Next is socialist, which means that we want our country to be free from all social inequalities. For example, inequalities on the basis of standard or status or income, right? Third is secular, which means that every religion in our country shall be treated equally. Nobody shall be discriminated on the basis of his or her religion. Third is democratic republic. It means the people of India shall have the power to elect their own leaders. And republic, which means that we do not follow any monarchical system, meaning thereby that the son of the president would not become the next president, right? Now we'll discuss the aspirations. First is justice, social, economic and political justice. We must promote social, economic and political justice in our country. Second is liberty. We must have a freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Alright. Third is equality of status and of opportunity. We all shall have the equal opportunities in all walks of life, right? Next is we shall promote the fraternity, assuring the dignity of an individual and also the unity and integrity of the nation. So guys, these 2 words, unity and integrity, were also added by the 42nd Amendment Act. So we must follow and promote the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nations. So guys, these were the ideals and aspirations that are contained in the preamble. So guys, that's all about the first lecture on Constitution of India, and if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe so that you get the notification every time we put a new lecture. And guys, we also provide the written or soft copy notes on our website, which is www.freelawnotes.com, and you can also donate for the course through Paytm. I'm gonna put the link of the website and also the Paytm number in the description box below. And guys, do give us your valuable feedback so that we can get better. And if you want me to make lectures on any specific topic, please mention in the comment section below. Thank you so much.